welcome again to AA Garden. Today is the 1st of January 2021. So happy new year everyone. We'll be looking at some of the things I've been sowing in January, and I'd like to share some of the things that I've started in December, late December, that actually start sprouting and looking quite well. Okay, so one of the things I'm planting in January is my nice cayenne pepper. Most of us in the UK, as soon as the pepper ready to bloom and mature, then the weather change, and most time we don't get the nice mature super ripe on the tree pepper. So usually these are advised to start in February, because I'm starting them indoor, then it'll be fine. I'm starting these indoor, and then these can go out as soon as the last frost is gone. That's normally early March thereabout. So that's pepper. So I'm going to start my cayenne pepper indoor in January. Okay. Also, I'll be doing some of these purple top turnips. So these purple top turnips can be sown indoor now. Okay. So these are some of the things I'll be planting indoor. All you have to do is get like a propagator, or you can make your own with like some plastic drinking cup. You can put a cling fling over it to mimic a greenhouse scenario, and then you can plant them indoor if you don't have a propagator. Okay, so far I have my pepper and my turnip. Also, I'll be sowing my second round of cauliflower. So this is my all year round cauliflower. So the last lot is now in the greenhouse, going on nicely. So I'm going to sow some more of these in January. Okay. Also, I have some asparagus that I'll be sowing in January. So I have some asparagus in the garden at the moment. Usually the first year they go to fern. You don't cut them or anything. And then the following year, then you can start reaping your asparagus. So I have 3 containers in my garden of asparagus that I'm looking forward to this year. So while I'm reaping those, these will go to fern, because this will be the first year for this lot. So next year I'll be harvesting both in container and in the ground. Okay, so I have a plan sowing these in January as well. Also, my lettuce mix, these were sown in January. So I have some in the polytunnel. I've harvested few, and there's a couple more in there. So I have different variety mix of lettuce that I'll be sowing in January. Also, I have collards. So I'll be sowing the second set of collards now in January. I sown these in the end of December, and you can see the true leaves coming on nicely and their nice root system. So this is the first set of collards that I've grown, and I'll be sowing the second lot now. So that's my collards. As you know, these are just like cabbages without the head. So big fat juicy leaves, you just harvest and steam as cabbage or things like that. So that's basically cabbage without the head. So that's my first lot, and I'll be doing the second lot now in January as well. One of the things I was going to start in mid-January were my sweet potatoes. So I have a nice sweet potato here. So I was going to start these in January. But I went in the kitchen in mid-December, and I had one that had a tiny root on. So I'm like, it doesn't hurt if I started early, because you know with sweet potatoes, you can grow them on indoor as a house plant. So it doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you some of the different stages. But you know, sometimes with sweet potatoes as well, if you put it in a container this way, sometimes here start to rot, there's no root, and sometimes you don't really truly know which end the root will come from. So sometimes it's advised to start it this way. You can start it in water, or you can start it in soil. Okay, so this is the one that I've started in water. So I basically just cut a drinking water bottle, and you can see the root on it here. But if you notice, I've cut it. So what happened here, as I said, sometimes with these, I don't know if they put it top or bottom. I don't know which is top or bottom. So when I planted it first, it started rotting. So it was the right way. It just started rotting. So I just cut it off. I didn't dispose of it or anything. And it's still root. And then you can see they're growing. I've already broken off some of these and put in water to root. You know, when they start in potato slips, when they grow about 5-6 inches, you normally break them off, put it in water to root. Sweet potato is very expensive. Sweet potato shoots is quite expensive at the nursery. If you go and buy one, they're normally one per pot, and it's normally £3, £3.50. And these are so easy to get your sweet potato slip. So I started in water here, and I've also started some in dirt. This one is actually a sweet Jamaican sweet potato. So this one is sweet Jamaican sweet potato, and these are the rest. The one I just showed, it was a USA one. Okay, so I have different varieties, and this is straight in the dirt, and you can see the root system. So there are different ways to start it. And also I have some more in dirt that I've harvested off already. So look at the root, because I just rest it on a pot that have other things in, and because I had some small holes at the bottom, the root continued to grow. So this one I've broken off loads and put in water. So I'm going to show you the next stage. So these are the slips that I've harvested already. So basically I just break off the sweet potato that have grown 5 or 6 inches, put it in water, and it root. This one was in the middle because the one that I harvested was about 60 centimeters. So it was too tall. So this was like the middle bit. So there's no leaves on it, but it's still root. Okay. And then, so this is like, I'll show you another one. So they root so quickly. So this was like the top bit, so you can see the leaf on it, and it roots as well. So when you get to, so the first stage, you put it in the water or put it in soil. When it's about 5 inch, 6 inch, you harvest the individual slips, put them in water, and they will root on nicely. It doesn't matter if there's a leaf on it. Doesn't matter. It will root. When you finish that stage, what you then do when you have roots on, you put it in soil. So I see if you can find one. So these. Okay, so this was some slips that I had in water. So I just stick it in some dirt to keep it like that. Or show you. Or you can just stick it in dirt very deep so the root will develop even more. Okay? So those are the stages. You either put it in water or you put it in the soil, then you harvest the individual slips. When the slips have good, healthy root on, then you pot it up in the soil, and it just stay as a house plant. Okay, so like this one was potted up individually in a container, and it will continue to grow on. And I buried it deep, so where the stems are, it will have root. Okay, and then if you want, you can take out some of these leaves, put it in a deeper container, and then it will continue to root as well. So that was a slip planted there. Okay, so that's our sweet potato. So keep planting. We're in January. I'm getting excited. Spring is around the corner. So my colors going on lovely. My sweet potatoes going on lovely. Then I'm going to plant in my chilies and my asparagus and all those things that I've mentioned. Okay, so thanks for viewing. Thanks for watching. Let me know below, what are you planning to plant in this month? Now is January, the beginning of a new year to get going in the garden. So let me know what you'll be sowing in January. And thanks again for watching. Thanks for viewing. Until next time, take care now. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell.